Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to day 6 of our physical therapy stretching. I'm going to be honest, I'm feeling a lot better this week, so I'm probably going to do some activities outside of the stretching just so that I can keep up my stamina. But today we're going to really stretch out some muscles. We're going to do some deep yoga stretches today, okay? And probably by the end of the week, be doing a full yoga routine, okay? Not turning this into a yoga series, but I'm not going to lie that yoga has some really great benefits to stretching out the muscles that I've injured. All right, so let's get started. Same as the beginning of all of them. Let's stretch all the way up. I'm going to put my feet together, really stretch up, and I'm folding forward. And I'm going to hang. I'm going to relax my head. I'm not trying to keep my back straight. I'm rounding everything and letting gravity pull me down. Really stretching out my back, my tailbone. If you're lower than this or already touching the floor and want extra, you can cross your arms to give that added weight. Or if this is too much, don't forget to brace your arms on your legs. Remember, we are not trying to re-injure ourselves, but we are trying to stretch everything out to prevent injury going forward. All right, I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to come all the way up. I'm going to stretch up. And I'm going to come to the side. Really stretching out that side. Breathe. And up. Stretch all the way up. And over to the other side. And breathe. And release up and down. All the way down. All right. We're going to spread our legs. Come into a standing split. Reach our arms all the way up. Up. And fold forward. Really stretch out. Again, I'm relaxing my head. I'm relaxing my neck. I'm letting gravity pull me forward. Really stretching out everything. Don't lock your knees. Relax your knees, but keep them straight. And breathe. All right, bend our knees. Bring our arms all the way up. Turn to one side and come down onto that side. All the way down. And relax. Breathe. Hold that stretch. Remember, get deep into the stretch, but don't injure yourself over it. Okay, let's go all the way back up. Turn to the other side and come down. Relax your head, relax your neck, and hold the stretch. Hold it for a little bit. All right, come all the way up and release down. All right, so we're gonna go into downward dog, okay? So we're gonna reach our arms all the way up. I'm gonna fold forward, and I'm gonna walk my hands out to get to downward dog, okay? Now hold down into downward dog. Press your heels into the floor and just hold the stretch. Don't let your shoulders creep up to your ears, okay? Keep your shoulders strong in here, okay? Just because we're stretching out our lower body doesn't mean that we're going to make our upper body weak, okay? Or let it get lazy. Hold the position. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. All right, let's come down to our knees. Release our toes. Come all the way down. And come into up dog. Stretch out. Look up if you can. Add to the stretch. Release back into child's pose. Really stretch out that back. Press your hips away from your shoulders. Engage that stretch. All right, so now when we go back into downward dog, we're actually going to lift one of our legs and we're going to pull it forward and we're going to do a stretch into a lunge position, okay? If you are not to that level, if your injury is still aggravating you and you cannot lift your leg, that is fine. Walk into each one of the poses, okay? You don't have to flow into them. Don't agitate anything that you have injured, okay? But if you can get into these stretches, it is really going to help you out, I promise. Okay? So let's get back into our downward dog. Okay? We're going to hold for a minute, really stretch out again. Never lose the opportunity to use one of the stretches. Now I'm going to raise my right foot up, not very high. And I'm going to bring it in. And I'm going to keep my foot down. Okay, I'm not actually going to put my foot down on the ground going into pigeon pose. Okay, if you're familiar with yoga, I'm going into pigeon pose. So I have my back leg straight. Okay, I'm down on everything. My front leg, I'm down on the side of my shin bone up here, okay? And I am stretching out that buttocks right here. Okay, I'm getting deeper into this stretch. Now, if you really need to get deep into it, do a full out pigeon where you're down all the way and your foot's out here at 90-degree angle. Okay? I'm not there yet, but I at least can get down into a pigeon pose. And so I'm stretching it out. And I'm holding right here. Okay? Stretch out that muscle right here. Okay? And hold. A tactic that I've learned on my breathing to make sure that I continue to breathe is every time I inhale, I push that breath to where I need it to go. So if I cramp whenever I'm running, I'll mentally push that breath to that cramp or that side stitch. Right now with my injury, every breath I take in, I'm pushing it to that injury. I'm giving that air to the part of the body that I need. I know it's a mental thing. I know it doesn't actually happen, but A, it keeps me breathing, and B, it keeps me in a positive mindset for whatever is hurting on my body. All right, hold a little bit longer. Okay, release, back up into downward dog, and hold. Hold a little here. We're going to take that opposite foot up. We're going to swing it through, down into pigeon. So let's get set up again. Back leg is straight, okay? Front leg, I'm on that shin bone. So I'm not quite able to put my thigh all the way down, okay? So I'm holding up, and I'm stretching out right here, okay? And hold. Hold. Get as deep into the stretch as you can. Release all the tension. Try not to get too tight. Don't let your shoulders get all tight. If you're tensing up everywhere, that means you're straining too much, okay? Back off somewhere. Lift out of the stretch some more. Come up out of the pigeon pose a little bit, okay? Don't tense everything up just to get into the stretch. Try to keep relaxed. All right. Come out of pigeon. Up into downward dog. Okay, this time I'm going to lift my leg up. I'm actually going to swing it through into a lunge position. Okay, now I'm staying down, not going up. Like I said, not really doing a yoga flow today. I'm just using some of the moves today to really stretch into it. Okay, so I'm up on my back foot. I'm not down like we were last week. And I'm holding at a 90-degree angle between my knee and my ankle. But I'm keeping my arms down because I'm still trying to stretch out right here. Okay? If I wanted to stretch here, my hamstring, I'd come up into warrior one or to sun salutation. And I would bring my body down as much as I can. Okay? But that's stretching my hamstring right now. I really want to focus on stretching out my tailbone where my injury is. So I'm pulling myself forward and I'm stretching lengthwise this way. Okay? I'm going to stretch even more so because I'm going to come down and really stretch out that side as much as I can. Okay? So get to the level of this stretch that you can get into, okay? And stretch it out. Breathe. Get a little bit deeper into your stretch, but again, don't tense up in it. That's telling you that you're going too far into it and you need to back off and just hold. But if you're not there and you're not feeling it, get deeper. Okay. And release back into downward dog. Stretch out. Then breathe. And bring that left leg up a little bit. Swing it through. And get into my position. 90-degree angle. I'm up on my foot back there. And I'm stretching into the stretch. And breathing. I'm keeping my shoulders and my neck relaxed. And breathing. I'm going to come down. I'm going to get a little bit lower into the stretch. hold. Few more breaths here. All right, and release back to downward dog. Stretch out. Just hold this position for a little bit. Release everything. Release everything through your heels. Release everything through your hands. Just hold the stretch. Bring your knees down. And come into child's pose. Release the tension in your back. All right, and come up. All right, what we're going to do here at the end, it's going to be a little bit different, okay? Again, I'm really trying to get in some deep stretches to really stretch out this area where I've hurt myself. So I'm going to roll all the way down, okay? This is a really great back shoulder stretch, okay? Watch, and then we'll go into it together, okay? I'm going to roll my feet up, and I'm going to kick them to the sky. I'm supporting myself with my hands, okay? But I'm stretching up, okay? So, let me roll down, let's go together, okay? So I'm rolling my feet in. I'm bringing myself up onto my shoulders. I'm supporting myself, and then I'm stretching up, okay? Now, this is stretching my back. This is stretching my shoulders. Haven't quite gotten to my tailbone yet. So I'm going to release my feet forward this way until I can't anymore. And I'm going to hold. Okay? I'm stretching out everything in my back right now. I'm supporting it. Don't let go. Okay? We're not there yet. We're not doing true yoga. Okay? We're doing a lot of modifications. But bring it into the stretch to where you can and stretch it out. Okay? Stay up on your shoulders and breathe. Breathe and hold. See, if I was doing this right and if I was really not injured, I could touch my toes to the floor and get that pretty L-shaped position, but we're not there yet, okay? We're still doing a lot of modifications. So we're just holding into the position that we can. Okay, we're going to release down, and I'm going to roll out my back, rolling up my knees, and I'm just rocking them side to side, okay? Just releasing the tension in my shoulders from being up on them, rolling out my back. Actually going to rock and roll a little bit just to really get some, stretch them out for a little bit. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Okay, so don't worry, this is not supposed to look pretty. Okay, we're not supposed to get this right. We're injured, so we're doing a lot of modification into it, but we're getting into the position that we can really feel the stretch. Okay, if this isn't working for you, don't get up on your shoulders. Stay right here and roll forward as much as you can here. Okay, I'm trying to use gravity to bring my feet as far to me as I can to really stretch out where I'm needing to get to. Here, my hamstrings get in the way, but I know that if I get up on my shoulders, gravity is going to help me get there a little bit better, okay? So, I'm going to roll into it. Okay, I'm going to start up, and I'm dropping my feet down as much as I can to get into that stretch. Okay, I'm not really concentrating on keeping my legs straight, okay? Because again, I'm not trying to work my hamstrings. I'm not trying to get into that yoga pose. I'm trying to stretch right here. And I'm holding. And breathing. Really stretching everything out. Sending my breath to every vertebrae on my spine right now. And hold. All right, coming out slowly. Bringing everything down. Relax. Bring your feet up. Rocking from side to side. And rocking and rolling a bit. One more time. All the way up. So, first off, I hope you didn't injure yourself doing any of these. That's not the point of any of these exercises, okay? Again, I'm a week past my injury. Well, actually a week and 3 days past my injury, and I'm really starting to feel a lot better. But to remind myself that I'm not quite ready to go full yoga yet, I'm still trying to get as deep into the stretches as I can, okay? So I'm doing things a little bit different, doing positions that I know is going to really stretch that area, work it, so that I relax it, build it back up, and make sure that when I do go full out into my workouts again, that I'm going to be okay. Now, like I said, in addition to these stretches, I will be doing other things outside of these this week because I am feeling a lot better and I'm ready to challenge myself a little bit further. So when I come back and do these stretches the next day, it'll be focused on whatever I think I might not be up to my 100% on whenever I go out and do a mild walk run. Because I'll know then that I'm really not there yet. This area is still hurting. Okay? So it's the other thing about nursing an injury is to know what level you're at and not to push yourself. And if we get too far, drop back a little bit, reevaluate, stretch out, and keep moving forward. It's not about being stagnant. It's not about, okay, I'm going to stretch and then I'm going to sit around and not do anything else with it the rest of the day. We've got to keep pushing ourselves because we've got to get back to where we were. Okay, so we can keep going forward. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.